So we're back. It's you know, same shit, different day in one sense or another. But this weekend everyone's in Arizona, so it's the big USA BMX Arizona National. Once again, I'm out here digging, so guess it says where I'm at. And gonna move this dirt to this other pile. It's a double-double. It'll soon be a triple. So no one does double-doubles anymore, dude. It's all about the triple into the corner. So we got a left-hand berm behind you. We'll show the shit later. But anyway, had a good week. Got out on the mountain bike a bunch. Forgot what it was like to really ride cross country. I do a lot of just go up the hill and, you know, come back down. Pretty basic, but been putting in some pretty good cross country rides. Finally used Strava. I just never really think to click on it, you know, and anyway, I don't really give a shit anyways. I've been doing the same rides for the last, you know, since I was 15X, so it's nothing new. I'm just lucky to still live in the same area that I grew up in, so same hill rides, different effort, you know, different thoughts. But looking forward to just, you know, getting this place finished. Hopefully the city doesn't come in and plow it in the next couple months. I noticed they're securing the fence or the gate a little more, so that's giving me a heads up that someone's keeping an eye on this place. But I have a lot of little booby traps set up to see, like, you know, if something's moved, it means obviously someone came out here and moved it. Everything looks the way it was when I was here last weekend, so which was Super Bowl weekend. So whatever, you know, it's staying preserved. Shout out to Barry Nobles and Nick Long. They hit me up on Instagram and were like, "Yeah, T, got to come to Alabama and help us dig." It's pretty funny. But as everyone knows, everyone wants to ride, but no one wants to work. So it was just cool to have them even acknowledge me. I'm old enough to be their grandfather, you know, it's pretty sad, but oh well. Still here, still pulling. So once again, you know, could have went to the gym today, being Saturday, and it's like, shit, the gym's right here. Been realizing that, you know, time's going fast. Things are starting to be somewhat post-COVID, and kind of liked how things started slowing down a little bit, you know, it's kind of like able to catch up. The term is catch up with life. It'll leave you behind real quick, like almost overnight. Starting to kind of feel that pressure again now that once again COVID restrictions are lifting, and I go into places and half the people aren't wearing masks and the other half are, and then it's just so confusing right now, you know. It's like, okay, what is it, you know? In my county right now, it's optional, so that's creating some drama too, you know. When you're standing in line at the grocery store, and you know, it creates its own paranoia, you know. So it's nice to just come out here, man, to the dirt sanctuary and dig and just talk shit, you know. Felt a little squirrely on the single track yesterday, riding mountain bikes. It's a 3.5 hour loop. Talk about cross country. Just under 3,000 feet of climbing. It was a ride up to the wineries. So we got this hill that at the top is actually 3,000 feet, but Mine said 2,800. I started it a little late. But anyway, there's wineries up there. So basically ride to the winery. Then there's a green gate. Go through the gate, and it takes you up another trail, another 500 feet or so. And then it's pretty much single track for the next like 30 minutes. So that was pretty fun. It was definitely different. I was on the brakes way more than I ever thought I would have been. It just felt like as soon as I let off the brakes, the bike was doing like 40. Actually be interesting to see what Strava says it was, if it records time or speed. But I think it was just me not being used to riding on like loose gravel, steep, single track, and I wasn't sure what was around each corner either, so I was just playing it safe. But like I say, it's always good to mix it up. I don't have a road bike right now, but don't really need one. Put slicks on the mountain bike is pretty much the same shit unless you're gonna go race road or ride with a bunch of road bike guys, but I'm a solo guy, dude. I'm always out on my own, so like I say, technically I could just put slicks on the mountain bike, you know, and go that route. Right now I got 70 PSI in the knobby, so bike rolls pretty good when you consider most people are running like 45. Been picking up some California allergies. Every time you sneeze, people are like, oh, you must have COVID. It's like, no, dude, it's California allergies. Okay, we've had 2 weeks of rain in the last 9 months. Not sure what the future holds, none of us do, but just in terms of cycling, just going to keep doing what I'm doing, see what's possible. People are starting to lighten up on me a little bit, you know. They're starting to accept, like, okay, he's trying to make history, you know. You know what I mean? Give the guy a break. So I'm starting to see that a little more on my Instagram and Facebook. Not so many people going, T, man, what are you thinking, dude? Just race 51 and over, man. My same answer. All I have to do is call USA BMX, and guess what? I'm back to 51 and over. It's that simple. The hard part's trying to make the main and vet pro. It's about the challenge. But I get it, you know. Most people's ego doesn't allow them to have a challenge like that and fail. Not at this point in life, you know. Disaster. You know, they would be more willing to do it in their 20s because they can say, oh, I'm young. For some reason, guys get older, and same with women. Gotta hang on to that ego. Yeah. No one likes defeat as an adult for some reason. That's how you learn, and that's where you know where you're at. It's kind of like that old saying I've told people too. You know, I've never met a guy in a bar, you know, that didn't say he could, like, you know, oh yeah, man, I'm an all-night sucker. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I bet you are. Let me see what your wife says. You know what happens when you talk to the wife? I haven't seen that thing in like 5 years. What the hell is he talking about? Oh, he was running his mouth in the bar saying he was an all-night sucker. She goes, yeah, you know, 40 years ago. And even then he wasn't that good. You know, so there you go right there, you know. That shit resonates on both sides, men and women. You know. Ugh. This dirt's breaking up pretty good, man. Should have a pretty good workout today. Call it dirt works. Just these clods are pretty big, man. Break this shit down. Thought I'd watch a little bit of the ABA National, USA BMX Arizona. I'll catch it later. Sometimes I come out here and I just let it play and just listen to it, you know. Obviously you don't need to watch it, same track, different year. You know. Starting to work with more high performance athletes, working with these jiu-jitsu kids. You know, it's amazing how today's kids, they don't really know what's up, you know. So it seemed like, dude, by the time I was like 15, I was, like I said, I was training like a bodybuilder. These kids today are like 19 to 27 and, you know, they still think like curls is like working out, you know. It's like, it trips me out how they don't really understand what's going on. It's like, dude, you're fighting jiu-jitsu and you're doing curls. Curls ain't gonna win no fight, bro. You know? Curls aren't gonna keep you from gassing out. So I suggested to 3 of these guys, and I go, dude, you guys need to get on a bike. And he's like, yeah, I've been thinking about it. And I go, dude, not the stationary bike, you know? And they're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, dude. It ain't no like Peloton shit at home. You gotta get a real bike and carry your own body weight, okay? There's a difference. A lot of people don't understand that. They think because they take a spin class that they're like, oh yeah, I'm in shape. It ain't the same. When you get on a regular bike, you have to carry your body weight plus the weight of the bike and keep that momentum going. That's what makes you breathe hard. It's a big difference. Big difference. But trying to explain that to someone, most don't get it. Even the people watching this video will be like, you don't get it. A spin class is not the same effort as riding a regular bike, regardless of the resistance, because you're not carrying your body weight. You're stationary. So you gotta understand what's going on. So I was a spin instructor for many years. And I'd leave the spin class and get on my road bike to ride home, and it felt like my gearing was like 25 teeth harder. So another example of how you know, the two don't compare. It's 2 different workouts. So anyway, we'll see where these guys go. You know what I mean? Because mixed martial arts and all that wrestling, jiu-jitsu stuff, it's all about your breathing. If you can't breathe, you're done. So, and you don't want to get your breathing by really going out and running and pounding your knees and your lower back, because when you gotta, you know, wrestle, roll, you know, do your thing the next day, you're going to be sore from all that. So the best form of cardio for, you know, an athlete like that, martial arts guy, Conor McGregor, when they film him, he's always on his mountain bike. So it's another example. Low impact cardio. So we'll see what these guys want to do soon. So all they need is a basic $300 hybrid bike. You know, they don't need no race bike. It's just to be able to go out and do some real cardio. All right, I think I'll use the flat shovel a little bit. Round shovel. Yeah, this dirt's so dry. Oh well, got plenty of water around here, so that's another good thing. Still haven't figured out what I'm going to do for a bike. Anyway, I've decided I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, I like what I have, but Billy Griggs was texting me, and he was listing all these bikes, like, you know, Mabu and Sun Chippy, and, you know, like, you know, jump on radio. I don't know, dude. These are all like, these names of these bikes. It's just ridiculous, man. It's like, where do they get these names from? What happened to good old redline bicycles? You know, real simple. So I guess this year will just be pretty much run what you brung, you know. So I figure it out. I like the Bay Area BMX bikes, Bay Area BMXers, but for me, I'm thinking they're a little too new school. So I got to watch out for that too. You know, those bikes are definitely 2022 spec, which just means very quick handling, and some refer to it as a nervous bike. You know, it's like, it's the Formula One, you know, it's like, it doesn't take much to go into the guardrail. And as an older guy, dude, I need something that's a little more stable and predictable. I need a little bailout, you know. Because I rode one of the Bay Area bikes, and everything felt good, super snappy, you know what I mean? You can manual, you know, 30 yards. It does everything it should do for today's tracks. But like I said, I think for me it would be the bike would be a little too nervous, meaning twitchy, and I'd probably be squirrely on it, I think. And I was like, well, what if I put like more of a raked out fork on it, you know, so it's a little chopperish? That would help, but then I'm defeating the purpose of the bike, which is new school. You know? So just ride an older bike then. Griggs was talking about how he's testing a carbon chase, you know, because those chases were breaking, whether people know or not. You know, they never talk about that shit. Because I know a guy who broke 2 of them. You know, and he's a 41 and over intermediate. So if intermediate's breaking it, you know what's up. So anyway, Griggs is testing the next batch of carbon chase bikes, which obviously are probably a little thicker, a little heavier. But what's heavy when the shit's basically plastic, you know? I'd rather have the integrity than a 14-pound bike, so hopefully they consider that in this next batch of carbons. I guess forks have been breaking too. I think it's just like a time thing, you know? Been seeing some posts of the carbon forks cracking. I remember when the box forks cracked way back. They had to re-engineer those too. It's just like, lighter isn't better, you know. The difference between like a chromoly fork and a carbon fork, it's like night and day. So even if you had a carbon fork that was like in between weight, you know, called the Clydesdale carbon or something, for like, you know, guys that want something a little, you know, little more integrity. Instead of having, you know, the 15-year-old runs the same fork as the 45-year-old. Doesn't make no sense. The 45-year-old guy's 220 pounds, the 15-year-old's 138. We're running the same fork? That shit don't make no sense. Yeah, so anyway, it's always something. Decisions. most people probably don't follow it, but I've been following Brian Patterson, you know, from Patterson Racing back in the day. And been trying to get him to come out and ride for the last 3 years, but he'd rather post that he's taking some online exercise class. It's like, dude, ride your bike. Keep saying he's gonna come out, you know, just like everyone else. Yeah, T, I'll be out there tonight. Yeah, bro. When are you gonna be out here? I'm here right now. Where are you at, nigga? You know? Oh, dude, I'm going e-biking, man. Yeah, we're going e-biking today. Yeah, that's real cool. I got passed by 4 e-bikers yesterday going up the hill, dude. They went by me like I guess like what an e-bike should go by me like. You know, I was doing 6 miles an hour out of the saddle. They were seated and went by it at like 12. Then the guy's like, hey, what's up, man? Good job, good job. I didn't say shit, and he's like, oh, okay. And it's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. You know, like you're really working. I heard him coming. The dude is, there's always one loudmouth in a group like that too. I could hear the dude 2 turns back, you know, fucking playing fucking tour guide. Mr. fucking Yabba Dabba Doo. By the time he got up to me, you know, he was ready. Yeah, right on, bro. Yeah. I was like, yeah, whatever. Like I said, I gave him the silent treatment, so he caught on real quick. So yeah, dude, I ain't biting on that e-bike shit, you know. Not when I'm up here suffering, you know, 2,000 feet into a climb out of the saddle. Sweating like a fucking horse. And it was my 3rd hill ride of the week, so, and now today I'm digging, so, dude, the shit's starting to add up. So I might start posting the Strava a little more just for transparency, because it's easy just to be like, oh yeah, dude, I'm riding hills. When people see the numbers, then it's like, oh, okay, damn, he's doing shit, you know? Because, you know, 3.5 hours on a bike, no joke. When 70% of that is going uphill. But I always have my thoughts. I was thinking about Mikey King and stuff. I was like, look, dude, Mikey King's racing pro road bikes and pro mountain bikes, you know, and he's 53 years old, once again. He's not sweating the age thing, dude. He's pro. So I didn't feel so bad, you know, killing myself up these climbs this week, knowing that someone else is out there doing it too, you know, that I have respect for. Knows the drill. Shit ain't easy. Surprised my legs aren't coming around though, man. It's kind of tripping me out. Just seemed like a few years back with the kind of riding I've been doing lately. It just seemed like my legs would be feeling a little bit better by now. Whatever, everything takes time. A lot of it was lack of consistency. Now I'm a little more consistent. I'm getting a little more rest. I went back to more of a brown rice diet. I started eating out too much, you know, just whatever, get whatever's available wherever I'm at. It really changes your energy when you focus on diet, you know. You got to give it time. It ain't overnight shit, but I realized in the last 3 weeks doing brown rice and just, you know, cleaning things up and mixed vegetables and just basic shit that we all know, you know, but you get tired of that shit, dude. I need some grease or some fat, you know. I started eating at the Chinese place on the corner, you know. It's like, it's right there. But that shit starts slowing you down 1 week at a time. And I started feeling it. I was like, wow, you know, it's not so much like, whoa, I'm sleepy, but it's just, it's bad fuel. You know what I mean? Dude, the shit ain't, you know, it's not premium gas. It's like some fucking 87 octane when, you know, if you're be a high-performance athlete, dude, you need 100 octane. You're not going to get that from some, you know, Chinese dude on the fucking corner. You know? How many order you want? How many order? You know, I'm fucking getting the, you know, fried egg rolls, fried, what's that other shit fucking I was getting, egg foo young. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it looks like a hamburger patty, but it's fried. Hella good. But you go to the gym the next day and you got to warm up more because you got bad oil. You know, you got bad gas. So now you got to kind of like thin that shit out to start your workout. And you're like, damn, I'm kind of flat today. It's like, yeah, dude, eating that fucking Chinese food on the corner. So now that I'm running a little better clean fuel, you know, it's like way more sustainable. Too lazy to make salad, so I just buy the shit in the prepackaged bag, you know, fresh pack. I eat the whole thing in one sitting. It's about the best way to do it because it really opens up your bowels.